Good Wednesday evening, everybody. Live and direct from the News Channel 3 home office backyard. I'm meteorologist Austen Onek. Hopefully the audio is coming through at this point in time. Had some audio difficulties yesterday with this particular microphone. Hopefully that's not happening today. So as of right now, this is again going to be hopefully a little bit better audio quality than what we saw about 24 hours ago. As you can see from the sky behind me, things are overcast for tonight. The table's a little wobbly. That's not an earthquake happening, so sorry about that. We are looking for the possibility of some snowfall in the Mid-South for tonight. We are not looking at a huge amount anytime soon. So again, you're planning your snowman building contest. It's not going to be happening this time around unless you use teeny tiny ice cubes and very good amounts of tools like maybe tweezers, and that's going to be about it. So there will be, again, some rainfall chances tonight, and I will probably not be doing these podcasts outside tomorrow because temperatures tomorrow are going to be way colder than they are today. A big blast of Arctic air is on its way and will be here later on tonight. That's what's going to change the rain over to snowfall, and we'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little bit. So where is the snowfall at this point in time? Well, it's not in the Mid-South, that's for certain. What you're looking at right here is radar from across the area, and we've chosen the enhanced view to show you that there's basically nothing happening at this point in and around much of the area. So things are decently quiet at this point in time, so little if anything happening here. So where is the snow? Right in advance of the front that's going to be making its way into the Mid-South area within the next several hours. Now the News Channel 3 viewing area down in this general direction, as I go loop-the-loop crazy on the screen, we do have again a decent amount of snowfall up into around central Missouri. There have been snowflakes up around Columbia, Jeff City, Rolla, the Lake of the Ozarks, and Springfield. But a lot of what you're looking at right now, as the snow continues to fall, working its way down toward the ground, it's working its way into very dry air. So that is why we are seeing little of anything in the way of accumulation reports so far across much of Missouri, northern Arkansas, southeast Kansas, and extreme northeastern areas of Oklahoma. That is, again, going to be the leading edge of that colder air coming on through, and that's where we'll see the potential of some more scattered showers taking place into the area later on tonight. But once again, moisture is very limited, so the chances of us actually getting into anything involving huge amounts of rainfall is not going to be all that great. Yes, it would be nice, but it's just not going to be happening. So what are we expecting at this time where it comes to the weather? Well, not much at this point. Things are going to be, again, pretty quiet for right now. The leading edge of the cold air is basically on its way, and it's into around portions of southeast Missouri where the rainfall chances, light as though they may be, are going to be changing over into and around the possibility of some snowfall. But we're just not looking at a lot of opportunities in this location for anything. Going back to around tonight at midnight, that's where we see again the potential of anything in the way of snowfall coming on through the area. We continue again to monitor for the potential of getting some showers out there for this evening. But once again, the conditions are just relatively dry, so it's doubtful we're really going to be seeing too much of anything from the system making its way on through. We will continue again to monitor this throughout the evening, but the chances of anything really making its way through that's going to cause problems on the roadways, just not there. Matter of fact, by tomorrow morning around rush hour, skies begin to clear of any moisture. The clouds will be sticking around for a while, and high pressure moves in and drops some cold air in the Mid-South right on down from parts of Hudson Bay in Canada, and that's going to be sticking around right on into the weekend. So some cold, dry air expected there. Now into the end of the weekend, toward Sunday into Monday. Sunday sees that storm system just west of us. Monday morning sees the storm system plowing on through the area, and it looks like another reinforcing shot of cold air with another cold front coming through on Tuesday. So that's something that we are going to have to notice and pay attention to over the next few days. Looks like some up and down temperatures, but mainly on the downside out there. Currently not seeing too much of any problems in the Mid-South. We do have some blizzard warnings across parts of North Dakota, winter weather advisories from western Minnesota, western areas of the mitten of Michigan out into the Intermountain Rockies, and the area around the Great Basin picking up some problems there. But beyond that, there's really not that much, if anything, happening directly for the Mid-South, so good news on that. that. Rest of the day today into tonight, again, we don't have any major amounts of winter weather problems showing up at this time. According to the National Weather Service, widespread hazardous weather chances are very low at this point. What are the ideas from the National Weather Service about seeing anything in the way of snowfall? Well, not great. As you can see from the forecaster's discussion page, which you can access from the National Weather Service in Memphis, all you have to do is take a look and see that they're saying the precipitation expected to remain all rain across northern Mississippi, but may mix with a few snowflakes across the northern half of the the county warning area. And that means basically from Shelby County, Memphis, I-40 north into around, say, Dyersburg, south of Jonesboro, into around areas around the Boot Heel. So once again, from what it looks like, no accumulation expected out of this, as precipitation will either evaporate before reaching the surface. It is very dry down toward the ground, or will be too light to measure at this point. So again, and also any precipitation that does develop is going to be heading off to the east by sunrise. So little, if anything, again, going to be expected out of this. So timing into this, let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got from the National Weather Service. Thanks to the clouds and the cool conditions out there, high temperatures today were barely in the 40s for some areas, upper 20s to lower 30s for later on tonight. Winds will be going from the northeast back to the northwest and picking up speed into overnight, into tomorrow morning, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds out there. And once again, weather expected not really to change until we hit about 9 o'clock this evening into parts of the area. 9 o'clock sees again chances of rain from roughly along and close to I-40. That's where we're going to see, again, the potential for the problems out across the Mid-South. Now, going into 3 o'clock in the morning, that line should hold relatively steady with any chance of precipitation accumulating north of I-155 and up around the Dyersburg area. That's that dark blue shaded category that you see from Union City, Dyersburg, up around Steele, Kennett, Missouri, Pocahontas, maybe in that location. The light blue shaded areas, that's where we see, again, the potential of some lighter rain mixed with snow. That's the R and S right there, and rain and snow showers a little heavier up here. In the green shaded category, that's where we see again the possibility of rain from roughly the metro area down into northern Mississippi and southeast Arkansas. Low temperatures again tonight, tomorrow morning, upper 20s to lower 30s, so I-40 will be a good dividing corridor there. High temperatures for tomorrow, mid to upper 30s only, and that's going to be about it. Temperatures will be lucky to make 40 degrees out there. And take a look at the wind speeds out across the Mid-South, 10 to 15 miles per hour tomorrow. So we're going to be looking at wind gusts possibly topping 20 miles per hour in some locations. And wind chills tomorrow morning will be back in the lower 20s and stay in the upper 20s to lower 30s throughout the next couple of hours into the early to mid part of Thursday afternoon. Low temperatures Thursday night, seeing clearing conditions out across parts of the area. So that means there goes our blanket of clouds to keep any heat in there. And that means temperatures by Thursday night, Friday morning will be in the teens and lower 20s. Definitely want to get your spigots outside covered up and ready to go, and make certain that your car is protected from frost and anything else out there. And wind chills early on Friday morning around 3 o'clock in the morning toward early Friday morning. By the time the kids hit the bus stop, will be in the single digits across much of West Tennessee and quite possibly into northeastern parts of Mississippi. So we are looking again at some very cold weather heading our direction for Friday. High temperatures on Friday, barely above freezing in some locations. So the growing season has definitely and absolutely come to an end at this point. Just not seeing too much of anything else out there in the way of concerns across much of the area where it comes to warm weather. Now, the rainfall chance is gone as well. Friday night's lows, teens and lower 20s once again. By Saturday, we see some high temperatures in the lower 40s, so recouping a little bit on the temperatures there. By Saturday night, we see some more showers coming into the area by about dinner time, News Channel 3 at 6, and midnight, those chances of rainfall continue. Temperatures just above freezing, so we shouldn't see anything but cold rainfall at this time. Highs on Sunday in the mid to upper 40s to around the lower 50s, and looks like the chances of showers will continue and increase across the area through Sunday. Looks like Sunday evening, they start to wane by by just a little bit. Lows Sunday night above freezing, but just barely. And high temperatures on Monday back in the upper 40s, and chances of rainfall leaving the area as we get into lunchtime on Monday. So that's a wrap up of your weekend forecast. Winter weather forecast, go to weather.gov/MEG. That's the National Weather Service in Memphis designator for their website. And the code for the area here, that's MEG. You can see that in the website address up there, and go /winter weather. And that brings you a great radar and information page out across the area, giving us some ideas as to what's going to be happening, again, with snowfall out there. And as you can see, for accumulation purposes, National Weather Service is not seeing anything in the way of snowfall accumulating out there. Likewise, nothing in the way of ice. Likewise, looking at some very cold temperatures out there. Heavy snow probability just really not being seen here in the Mid-South. We could be looking at a lot of problems out into the Intermountain West with some heavy snowfall there. It could be a problem for travelers, and heavy ice over the next few days just not being seen. Probability of receiving a quarter of an inch, less than 10% for all areas across the country. Now, the experimental weather outlook for winter weather, again, showing the heaviest activity well to our north and just not picking up that much of it over the course of the next several days. So numbers could be, again, better for snowfall in the northern part of the country, mainly along and north of I-70, but really just not picking up that much in the way of anything for us, at least just yet. We will definitely be watching, though, and keep it tuned to News Channel 3 for updates there. Drop by for more on the forecast with my Facebook page, facebook.com/Austen Onek, WREG, on Twitter at twitter.com/Aonek_WREG3, also on Instagram, also on SoundCloud, also on Snapchat. Still trying to figure that one out, and also on Google Plus if you would like to stop by there. Don't forget that News Channel 3's Tim and Jim will have your forecast coming up on News Channel 3 first at 4 all the way throughout the course of the rest of the evening. And then also coming up tomorrow morning, Todd Demers will have an updated forecast and situation report where it comes to rain and snowfall out there. Corey Ventura will also have traffic into tomorrow morning. But again, just not really expecting all that much in the way of problems for the Mid-South where it comes to anything involving major amounts of snowfall. This time, not happening. Some other time toward the future, yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. So we are definitely going to be keeping an eye on that, as we are just about 2 weeks away from winter setting in. So definitely want to keep it tuned to News Channel 3 for more on that. Never seen weather overtime before? Want to know more about what we can do to help you come back for more weather? Drop by and send me an email at austin.onek@wreg.com. And I'll be glad to give you more information about what we can do on here, whether it's climate data, whether where the troops are, whatever else we can do to get you to come back. Let us know, and we'll be glad to help out with whatever we can on that. I'll have more information online throughout the evening and reports of snow, if there are any, tweeting those as much as I possibly can, and keeping an eye on radar as well. But again, pretty dry in the Mid-South for right now, so if you're counting on a school day or work day stoppage because of the winter weather, sorry, just doesn't look like it's going to be happening anytime soon. I'm meteorologist Austen Onek, live and direct from House Onek Backyard. We'll have more weather coming up online, coming up a little bit later on. And, of course, stay tuned for our astronomy blog called Skyblog 3. That'll be coming up a little bit later on. Yes, you can practice astronomy even when you have skies like this. If you'd like to know more about online astronomy, we'll have that coming up a little bit later on WREG.com/weather. Live and direct from the backyard. Thanks for joining me for our latest edition of Wednesday evening's Weather Overtime.